Hey, huge shout out to our sponsor, OHKAYA. The 260 is sponsored by OHKAYA the band. Their new release just came out on Wednesday called Waiting Here. Make sure you guys go check it out on Spotify. All right, huge shout out there to the band OHKAYA who's sponsoring this race, the OHKAYA 260. So shout out to them, big appreciation for them making that big sponsorship for the inaugural race on the VRN network. And I am very, very glad to be joined by our very own Kyle Lynott. And I say very own because I've raced with him since I've been in iRacing. So I consider him one of my own. But Kyle, how are you doing tonight, sir?
Doing good. Happy to be in the booth. Happy to have some fun out here and watch the season 3 kickoff here in the Quantum Series.
Yeah, Quantum Contender Series kicking off their season number 3 here at Michigan. Past champions Cody Dorsey, founder of the league, won the inaugural season race, and then Kyle Schmitz picked up the season 2 win championship. So congrats to those two prior champions, and now it's another new season after a couple weeks off. I think it was even maybe close to 2 months off we had off between series. So we're glad to have them on board the Vortex Racing Network. Glad to have you guys on board here tonight for this awesome race we're going to have here from Michigan. Now we got a pretty long race here, 130 laps. I'm going to bring up our stat here for our race information so you guys at home can understand what's kind of going on. This is going to be and this is me, and that's a picture of Kyle, a cartoon picture of Kyle Lynott, because I didn't want to put any more on his plate to have to do before the race started. But anyways, this is our check-in, 130 laps, 260 miles, 1 set of tires, 5 additional tires in the pit, 1 fast repair, 13 gallons, 65% fuel capacity, and we're looking at 30 laps for the fuel window for these cars. So something to keep in mind here. But as we get ready to go, let's take a look at our qualifying order, Kyle, and let me get this going here. Lots of new things for me to play with, but let's go ahead and check out our grid, our lineup. Nope, that's not the one I wanted. All right, there's our starting grid. There's going to be Calvin C. Smith on pole against Kyle Schmitz. Starting grid number 2, Caleb Esquie. Oh, this is going pretty quick for me. You guys can check it. Jason Bottoms, Dan Barone. I got to slow this one down next time, guys. Sorry about that. Cole Lewis, Mike Marshall, Kyle Dubb. I'm going to call you Kyle Dubb. That's a tough one. William, Brad Wilson, Clay Powell going to pick up row 7. Row 8 is going to be Dylan Willis, Brandon Newton. Let's see, row 9, Jake Williams, Robert Weevil. P10, Adian Pergandi, Jason Trevino. Dusty Summers, Dan Stockero going to bring up road 11. Alan Voles and Jimmy Dodd. Dakota Bly, Scott Kerberg in the back row. So there we go. We got a big field here tonight. 26 drivers going to be kicking it off here for the Quantum Contender Series. I got a lot of new toys and tools here to play with Kyle. So we are, what is going on? Do you hear that, Kyle?
I'm not hearing anything.
Okay. I'm tripping out. Okay. Sorry about that, boy. Something just went off in my headset. Hope you guys didn't hear that at home. Let me know if you did, because it was off-putting. I think I might have got a phone call. That really distracted me, guys. Sorry about that. All right, here we go. Sorry, guys. It's been a while behind the booth. I'll tell you that right now. So if you guys are watching at home on Twitch or YouTube, just holler in chat. We're here. I'm keeping an eye on it. So if you hear anything with audio levels or anything we need to fix here on the channel, just holler at me through chat and we will get it taken care of. But we're getting the formation lap underway here. Big shout out to everyone at home. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure if you haven't liked or subscribed to please do that. We're trying to get our Twitch channel up and running a little bit more, start doing a little more programming off of that. But other than that, then Kyle, what are you looking forward to, or what are you thinking here tonight with this race?
I'm honestly looking forward just to see how everybody races out compared to some of the leagues that we run in. And of course, looking to see how many Kyles finish in the, first, second, top 5, because I think we have a thing about Kyles. I don't know about you, but I feel like we do.
I think we do too, and I think I need to make sure I get the timing tower set up so we can see all those beautiful Kyles. Because right now I just see a bunch of last names, and definitely need to make sure we give it a shot. I think there's about 4 Kyles right now in this lobby. That's a little loud. Let me turn down the iRacing there. Yeah, it's just knocking the rust off here, but we, like I said, bear with us. I'm getting everything tuned up. It's been a big process. Worked on this thing all day, so hopefully we don't have a crash. Hopefully everything runs smoothly, God willing. So, but here we go, Kyle. We're at Michigan for the OHKAYA 260. Once again, lap 1 at 130 here, folks. No stage cautions, 1 fast repair. Man, look at that Sim and Destroy car getting ready to go from Calvin Smith as they hit the restart zone. Flagman drops the flag, and away we go. We got a checkup up in the outer lane there, Kyle, as the outside row gets a slow start. It looks like Scott Kerberg's going to have a slow time back there further back in the pack. All right, they're spreading out pretty wide, far and wide there, Kyle. A lot of lanes here at Michigan.
All different lanes.
Ooh, car bounces off the wall there. Close call there.
A couple of them, yeah.
Close call. That is that great car, that Ford Mustang there. Looks like he's 4 rows back. That looks like it's going to be Michael Boone there having a close call. Nice looking car there, but Michael already having a close call with that outer wall. Really slow you down and stop your momentum there.
Seems like there's a lot of give and take going on right now, but you know, seeing 5 lanes, sometimes 6 lanes already. That's too much. So probably going to see that all day.
Oh, yeah, and it's towards the afternoon of this race. I believe it's a 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock start in the afternoon, so track might be cooling down here as temperatures start to go. Jason Bottoms fan, okay, I'm ready. Let's go racing, boys. Green, green, green. All right, Jason Bottoms fan. You must be a Bottoms fan with that username there, so shout out to you there on the YouTube channel. Thanks for tuning in. Further back in the back, Brandon Newton under to the rest. Looks like he's battling there with Aiden Perrigon and Clay Powell. A little bit of action down further back in the pack. I'm going to get this car. I want to go horizontal on the top screen. There we go. I like that shot a little bit better there for our viewers as we can take a look at some of the beautiful action we got going on. We'll change up this view here, get a little more.
Ooh.
What number, Kyle? Let me know what you're seeing there, big guy.
5th place car. So we're looking at the
Jason Bottoms. Jason
15.
Bottoms going. Yeah, we got Jason Bottoms on the top line fighting there underneath. That's Michael Boone. Michael Boone, remember, he hit that wall.
Just
had a little bit of
bounced it
problem.
off the wall again.
Oh, right. The Dente is behind Boone. There goes the Dente car to 33. PTSD. That's right. Dan Baroni. He's riding the Dente. And look out below because I'm getting flashbacks there as the It and Out. Oh, I haven't heard of that restaurant. I know about In-N-Outs over here in Southern California, but It and Out, we're going to have to take a look at that paint scheme a little bit closer. But further up in the front, okay, Jason Bottoms now getting very under duress. I mean, he's in 3rd place right now, looking really good. Jason Bottoms working the outside lane. You got a couple of cars, a lot of cars. I think it's all about finding that clean air, Kyle, right now, early in the race with this much traffic going on.
Yeah, we're starting to see him single file get that draft going. I'm assuming they're going to be saving some fuel here.
Yeah, 30 laps. I'm projecting 30 laps, I believe, when I did the math. And we got 130 laps, so 30 plus 30, that's 60, 90, 120. So, yeah, you would need to save you would need to save 10 laps. And, man, I think 10 laps is a lot here at Michigan. But knowing what we know, Kyle.
2 laps of run.
Yeah, I was going to say, you could do it. You could do it, definitely.
A lot of good action going on in mid-pack. A lot of side-by-side as they're going into the corners and single file as they come out.
Okay, I'm getting another In-N-Out car. So the 31 is also a In-N-Out. So it must be a team name. Let's see. I got good action, like you said, Kyle, further back in the pack. Looks like Clay Powell, Dusty Summers having a good battle here. That's the 25 of Aiden. Battling, there's the 07 there, Clay Powell underneath the 44 of Dusty Summers. Oh, Dusty having a little bit of a blink there. About to keep an eye on him, make sure his internet connection. But, man, he is pushing the 25, trying to get that draft going right behind. Now he's going to make a look underneath Aiden. Going into turn 1. Got the Cinnamon Toast Crunch car there. Chris Busher throw shout out there from Lewis. Looking good in the 17 Cinnamon Toast Crunch car.
Just makes me hungry.
Yeah, just get us a bowl of milk and we'll be ready to go. Oh, he's getting turned, Kyle. The 25
17.
gets turned. The 17 of Dylan Lewis might have been
Hard
involved.
impact.
Oh, I
Hard
turned
impact
off
back
of it
there on
there.
the inside wall.
And it was the 33, right? Or 44. Oh, 44, 25 involved. And that was Dusty Summers. Aiden. That's what we got. Okay, let's take a look here at this.
Yeah, it looks like Aiden hit the inside wall pretty hard.
All right, let's take a look. See if we take a look. Zoomed in here. We are under slow motion. We can kind of take a look.
Heavy damage to that front left.
There goes the 25. Looks like he just got cleared a little bit in front. And there also goes the 44. I'm looking for the 25. Aiden. What number is Aiden? There he is. I'm sorry. I got him.
25, yeah.
I got it. He's all the way at the bottom there. I'm sorry. All right, let's rewind it. Take a look at the impact there, as we mentioned before. Aiden taking a huge shot to the inside wall as he got turned there by the 44. 53 might have picked up some damage also, and then bam, huge shot to the left front. Remember, there is a fast repair here in this league. So maybe not the end of the world there for Aiden, but definitely using up one of his 9 lives there, unfortunately.
Looking like he might just be fixing it. Might try to save that fast repair. I don't think he had enough damage that I would use it, but hard to say, not the car.
Yeah, it's tough. But here at Michigan, you do have a lot more time to get that car repaired under yellow flag conditions just because of the nature of how long the track is. So maybe he's taking a look at that thing. That thing is still damaged, though, as we take a look at him taking out of pit road. You can still see the damage there on the left front of the 25. Other cars involved, I think we called out Dusty Summers. Oh, no, here comes the leaders. Looks like we got some cars coming in to pit top off with fuel. I would not expect them to be getting any sip of tires.
No, he did not make it out before.
Oh, man, poor break there for Aiden. He's going to be caught behind the pace car. Going to go a lap down. Unfortunate there for Aiden, trying to get some of that damage repaired. Oh, let's see.
I might be wrong.
Oh, he might have got away. He might have got away with the one there, Kyle.
I think he got lucky on that one then.
All right, he's testing out the car. You can see him kind of getting the car loose. Let's see what happens here if he slows down. I don't know. He's not really taking off too fast. Oh, here he goes.
That steering wheel is offset. Probably good 15 degrees to the left.
Oh, we'll have to take a look. Good call out there, Kyle, looking at that camera angle. Let's jump inside and see the cockpit here of Aiden, to see how bad that damage is. He's not very comfortable right now. We're on the in-car camera. Nope. Just doesn't seem very comfortable with that car. See if he's going to bring it back down and try to get some more damage repair. But if he brings it down now, Kyle, he's going to have he's going to have a lot of time to get this thing fixed with the pace car probably breathing down his neck. As
this might be the time to use it and
stay
on the lead lap.
I think so, Kyle. That would be the move, probly, right? Let's see what he does.
That's what I'd be doing.
Looks like he's looking for his home. He's finding his home. He's coming in. Let's see if it's a quick stop. There it is, Kyle. Great call. No, and he's putting tires on, though. I think he's going to do that by accident.
Yep.
Oh, my gosh. And there goes the pace car.
He might still make it. Nope, not even close. Never mind. I'm looking at the wrong angle.
Oh, man.
That's just insult to injury.
That is, yeah. No, that one is not. He's not going to get by that one, Kyle. That was unfortunate there for Aiden. So Aiden looks like he's going to be going a lap down, taking a fast repair. I think he just forgot to unclick his tires again, because once you leave pit lane, those tires automatically click on, and I think that's what happened to him. So unfortunate break there for Aiden, as he is going to be going a lap down and using a set of tires. So he is in the hole. They do have lots of set of tires, so mark that one on your calendar, Aiden, with 4 tires. Let's take a look at our pit stop stats real quick and see maybe who came in. No one came in our top 15. I think what we were seeing is some of the guys in the back of the pack topping off with fuel. So we'll keep that in mind. What else did I want?
The 27, 53, 44, 24, 14 all came in for pits. The 44, Dusty Summers, came in. Probably got some repairs done. He was in there for a little bit.
Also, pace car lights are off. They're heading into, looks like, turn 3 here. So we'll be getting green here shortly. What else did I want to mention? I had something on the tip of my cap here I was trying to think of, but we'll get back to it. Okay, so Kyle Schmidt's on the inside row against Calvin. Take a look there at our top 10. That's your top 10 driver lineup. As they hit the restart zone here, Kyle, first caution has been wrapped up. Lap 10 are going to be going back underway here at Michigan. Side-by-side action, the 66 and 19. Bumping doors a little bit. Now they're spreading out through turn 1 and 2, trying to find some clean air. Calvin Smith's going to barely clear. Oh, Kyle Smith slams the door on Calvin in a Sim Destroy machine on the hood. Calvin's going to go fall back to second place. Kyle's going to take over the front of the lead. And here comes the 66, though, Caleb Ellswick making a move now. It looks like he's going to try to slide up in front of Calvin. No, he's not going to have a chance. He might be losing some momentum here. Let's see if that high line's already starting to come in. And speaking of getting high, look at who's coming now. Ride the Dente of Dan Baroni, and the number 33 is making an entrance. Founder Cody Dorsey shortly behind there in the number 9 car. Looking good in that light blue Chewy.com Chevy Camaro.
Oh, 25 back in the pits.
Aiden Piragani back in the pits. Not sure what's going on. Pit crew called him back in. Kyle Schmitz now side by side. Calvin now trying to make the move back underneath Kyle. Kyle going to go down. Oh, they're touching.
Pretty aggressive side draft there.
Yeah, side drafting into turn 1. Let's see if Calvin's going to pay the price here, if he's going to be able to sneak by Kyle up on the outside lane.
Got a good run on the outside. Should clear him here. Yep, Calvin's going to duck right in behind him.
All right, so he knocked off one, got his position back. Going to go back down to the bottom here at Michigan.
Inside again.
Yeah, he looks like he might have the run here.
Yep, he's got him clear here. There it is.
Repays the favor, but now Kyle going to show his nose to the inside. I'm not sure if he's going to keep fighting, losing some time, or if maybe they can work together here and start gapping the field. Oh, Calvin looks like he got up in the outside wall a little bit. Might be slowing him down just a little bit. Oh, he's going to be able to hold position, but now the 66 underneath Calvin. 60 that opens the door for Caleb. Caleb going to run that inside midline. Oh, slides up in front of Calvin. Great move. Now has the outside fender of Schmitz. This might be Caleb's chance here to pounce, as he does take over the lead very shortly. $19 holding on. Caleb going to take over P2. Looks like things are starting to get a little bit more organized now. Further back in the pack, Brandon Newton. We got, yeah, is that Brandon? Oh, no, that's the 7. I'm looking at Jimmy Dodd and Robert Weevil here. They had a good little battle. Dodd got back in line. Now the 40, the 07. The 07 of Clay Powell. Oh, they're getting turned. There goes Dodd. They're going towards the barrels. They just missed. Oh, my God, Kyle.
44.
Dusty Summers
having a good start to the season.
Just took a huge shot to the right side front fender as he ran into the barrels with Jimmy Dodd. Oh, my Lord, Kyle. What a hit. I'm surprised that driver is still conscious. They're going to use the fast repair on this one for sure. That brings out our second caution of the night, big guy. Oh, man.
The 44 had a nice run going and just nowhere to go.
All right, we're going to bring back the off track with Jimmy Dodd. Take a look at what happens here. We're going to go up to the we'll go up to the blimp view. Take a better shot of it here. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it just looks like he thought he had a little bit more room, and man, the 47 escapes barely, and then the 44 takes a huge shot. Don't worry, we're going to rewind and get a good shot of that 44 hitting that wall. We'll go live here to listen to it. Oh, hard shot. All right, Kyle, well, hey, since we're under another caution, I'm going to take a quick chance to do one of our shout outs to our sponsors. This first one should be our big sponsor, Quantum Contender Series. So let's take a look at that. Oh, no, wrong one, wrong one. Tonight's Quantum Contender Series is powered by Precision, brought to you by Quantum Bearing Science. These aren't your average bearings. Built with advanced materials and engineered for real performance, quantum bearings are made to roll faster, last longer, and stay smooth under pressure. Bearings designed for the way you skate, push smarter. So whether you're chasing speed on the pavement or chasing wins on the track, upgrade your ride with Quantum. All right, and that's a word from one of our main sponsors, Quantum Contender Series. Remember, guys, you're looking for speed. Those bearings are hard to beat. They have different types of bearings you could use. Some made for impact, hard riding, speed. Check out Quantum Bearings for any of your skateboarding needs. All right, Kyle, anything stick out to you? Do we have anyone take some pit stops besides the guys that probably should have? Man, that was a hard shot there.
It was. I just went for a ride with Dusty, and it was just as vicious on the inside as it was the outside.
Okay.
Looking like the bottom half of the field actually all pitted.
And I'm seeing some tire. Yeah, am I seeing some tires? 14. I'm seeing 14.5 stops, 15-second stops, 14.8. Yeah, those are our 4-stop tires for sure. Fuel only looks like it's going to be 7 seconds, around 9 seconds. And is fuel only? I wonder what. Oh, Dusty came in and did some repairs, so we're not going to. Dusty's probably not the best one to look if anyone did anything cute here. But all right, let's take a look. See if there's the 25. Looks like he might be getting a lap back here as the lucky dog. So Aiden starting to make his fight back after that unfortunate events there that set him back in the beginning of the race. So Aiden looks like he's your lucky dog, going to get one of those laps back.
Yeah, if I'm looking at it correctly, it looks like the 53, 5, 9, 27, they all went in. Looks like maybe fuel only.
All right, we got Jason Bottoms fan asking if his man pitted, and it looks like he did there, Jason Bottoms fan. The number 5 came in on lap 16, had a 14.5 second stop, so it looks like Jason did take tires. All right, and let's get us to a different camera. This is very quiet. I'm used to having music, and I don't want to blow us out. I feel like sometimes I overdo it with the music. But speaking of music and our main sponsor, we can take a little listen and have this in the background because, I mean, it's an awesome song waiting here by OHKAYA. Remember, guys, main sponsor of the race, so show some love. Check out their Spotify page.
All right, back under green.
Are we under green?
We are.
Oh, I am. Kyle, thank you for that. I was way behind on the replay file. Sorry about that, fans. Kyle, I'm glad I had you here. A little rusty.
It's our first race of the season.
It's our first race of the season. A little rusty. Man, good call out, buddy. You saved my butt there. All right, back under racing. Leader Kyle Schmitz, Caleb S. still battling. Dan Baroni, though, now moving his way up. He was a little bit further back in the midfield, I believe, when he started the race. He's up 2 spots, so up 2, pretty good. Big mover and shaker right now is Jake Williams in the number 29, up 10 spots from the beginning of the race. Alan Vols up 11 spots in the number 13 there. Is 2 of our big movers so far in the race. And also shout out to Robert Weevil, up 8.
The 9 looks like he is on a mission. I think he's passed 3 cars already on the restart.
Yeah, and the number 9 is one of the cars that took 4 tires. So makes sense, though. Some of that fresh rubber only after 16 laps and a caution, though, on those tires. So something
17 blinking high, big time.
Oh, and they're spread out here coming across the start-finish line. We're looking for the 17, Dylan Lewis. He's in the Cinnamon Toast Crunch car, hitting the wall. A little squirrely there. See if he can get that car back under control. Car doesn't look too damaged from any of the blinks, so he's doing pretty good. Cody Dorsey running that bottom lane, really trying to work the bottom with the fresh tires. Back towards the front, though, Caleb side by side with Caleb Elswick right now. Elswick. Only 2 cars running the bottom right now. There's, you see Calvin going to slide up on the top lane right in front of Dan Barone. Most of the drivers pretty comfortable running that outside line right now. Further back in the back, we got William Gay there battling against that 17 of Dylan Lewis, who we called out earlier. Looks like William doing a great job in that number 75. Cost the machine.
3 wide. 3 wide, 34. 44. Ooh. 44 is still getting a little squirrely sitting in the middle.
Yeah, 44 involved in, he's diving it down underneath a 34. Let's see if he can clear. Looks like he's going to be able to, got to get up there. But then the 27 is going to come back down in front. Ooh, that could have been a recipe for disaster, but it wasn't as they get that thing straightened out. He looks like he's got a run, though, here coming into turn 1. Let's see what the 44 can do here with this run. Looks like the 27 is going to stay on his right rear quarter fender, not going to let him clear. Slow down some of that progression.
And we got side-by-side action for the lead.
Yeah, Kyle, we got Kyle, our very own Kyle Smits, part of the Kyle tandem up here in the booth. Kyle up 1 spot, started on the outside. Oh, Jerry Juarez, thanks for this follow. Jerry Juarez just took 2 tires there. Thank you very much for the follow, sir. That scared me. I forgot about we had the alerts on. Thank you, Jerry. Appreciate it, big guy. 66 all up in the mix with the 3, trying to give him a push there as Caleb's trying to fight his way, but the top 3 have made up a little bit of a gap. We're going to be we want to take a look at Cody Dorsey, though. He was one of the man with the fresh tires. Kind of stagnant. Got caught down here on the bottom lane. Yeah, getting caught down on the bottom. Maybe didn't get a pass done, and that's something here at Michigan you got to be. Oh, Kyle Schmitz pass for the lead all over Calvin. It's a seesaw battle up here at the front. I'm sure they're switching spots off of exit and going back under. I just want to shout out some of the other action on the track that we do have. Dylan Lewis. We were talking about him with some of the connection issues. He's fallen back 7 spots. Mike D. Marshall in the 88 is not having a great race, back 14 spots. Aiden Perang, you remember he had some earlier trouble with an accident. Took his fast repair and got lapped, unfortunately for him. So just some of the guys we're taking an eye on. We had a huge wreck, our second caution of the race with the barrels on pit entry. So we'll have to go back and make sure we check that back out. And Jason Bottoms in number 5 car, back up to a top 10 spot right now in P7, down 2 spots from where we started the race. So Bottoms definitely starting from the bottom and working his way to the top.
Looks like things are starting to kind of quiet down a little bit. You know, we're still getting a little bit of side-by-side action, but I think we might be getting a nice green flag run here.
Yeah, I think the boys are starting to, like you said, the tires are starting to neutralize a little bit. I'm really surprised with Cody and the 4-tire move. If he did take 4 tires, that's what our data is telling us, but maybe he's just caught up in traffic and not being able to get anything going. It is hard here once you get back in dirty air and the new wears off the tires to really get anything going momentum-wise. All right, let's take a look at our biggest gainers here. Alan Voles up 9 spots. Jake Williams up 9. Robert Weevil up 8. Dusty Summers up 5. He's recovering from that earlier caution. And Brad Wilson up 4. Your fast laps so far. Calvin Smith put down a 37.85. Kyle Schmitz falls behind with a .98. Cody Dorsey 0.99, Caleb Elswick with a flat 38, and Jason Bottoms with a 30.01, and right now is your fastest 5 at the moment.
What do we have going on here?
Alan Voles coming down early. He's speeding. That's 17. Oh, I don't know. We'll have to check on the 17. if Dylan Lewis might have got a pitting penalty there for speeding. But Kyle, this is something I feel that's coming out of your playbook here, Kyle. What are they thinking here coming in on lap 29?
Looks like they're just going to be sticking to that four stop strategy, hoping that maybe they can get a nice caution in there somewhere to offset the 10 laps.
Do they want a caution to offset the 10? Okay, so basically them short pitting it takes away them trying to, like we were talking earlier in the race about them trying to save those extra 2 laps of fuel. So people then we need to really keep an eye out is like someone like our leaders. So we started, well, and there's 2 cautions also. These guys haven't pitted. Your top 6 drivers have not pitted yet. So 2 cautions, and me and Kyle are thinking that you need to at least make it to lap 32. Yeah, I think lap 32 is what we were saying to make it to 130 laps here.
Yep.
For the OHKAYA 260.
See if anybody else is going to be... doesn't look like anybody's coming down yet.
Good battle here. 27. Looks like the 88 of Marshall there makes a nice pass on Dan Stockero. Dan last pitted on lap 16. Looks like he did fuel only for Dan. So Dan not on the good tires just yet. Jason Bottoms still battling it side by side with the 15 right now. 29 up above also falling in line. The high line seems to be really, really coming in here. But the more drivers are up there, you're going to have more dirty air and kind of nulls the fact that why you're up there in the first place. As clean air is keen, really helping with that mechanical grip here at Michigan. Good little battle here. I was thinking it was going to be a green flag race, but we have a good little cluster here. Anything could happen with this nice little cluster staying intact.
And I'm thinking that draft is helping these guys out a lot more on the fuel than we're thinking here, because nobody even hesitated to pit.
Yeah, the fuel number I came up with, Kyle, was a telemetry on a. Oh, here comes the 29. Looks like Jake Williams coming down the pit lane. Nice entry, going to get this Chevy Camaro slowed down just in time. Williams in on lap number 33.
Only taker. We got a nice battle for the lead going on here. Okay.
Now, yep. Now Caleb up, trying to get past Kyle, but Kyle doing a great job.
Caleb's got a good run here. Looks like the 66 with Caleb, he may have gotten a little squirrely coming off of 4.
Oh, and there goes Kyle, your leader in. Yep.
And it looks like we have a couple more.
Yeah, I'm showing Cole Lewis is also in. Jake Williams now just leaving pit lane. Cole Lewis, that we were speaking
Jason
of.
Trevino's pit.
Yep, Jason Trevino in on that. Hurricane Canes, famous chicken tenders there. Right, they got tenders, right? There's not too many of these out in California just yet. So, Raising Canes. Sorry, boys. I probably offended a lot of Raising Canes friends out there.
We got a few of them out here in Colorado.
Okay, I've seen a couple here and there.
All right, looks like we got a bunch more takers here.
Oh, yeah, the leader's coming in. Ride the Dente's coming in. We got 5 cars and teammates on the it and out. I feel like that's a slap in the face, the in and out. Or no, this is 3 it and out truck cars. We got, so Elswick is an it and out. You got Calvin Smith and that KK Woodscape Sim and Destroy. I didn't even have to pay him for that one, Kyle. That one was, he just gave me the free advertising. Yeah. All right, right. Oh, Calvin missing his pit stop. We jinxed him. That's going to cost him big time there. That's going to lose him at least a second and a half, 2 seconds there, as Calvin going to have a terrible pit stop here on this one. Yeah, going to cost him almost a second and a half longer there, as he's going to come back side by side there with the 31 of Brad.
The line.
All right, Jason Bottoms now takes over your lead. Last pitted on lap 16, so expect him to at least, he could make it longer about, I'm projecting lap 46. There could be a couple laps, give or take, so just something to keep in mind there, as this race does starting to have a green flag type of feel to it. Robert Weevil here battling underneath the 53 of, I'm sorry, the Cody, where am I looking? I'm seeing Robert Weevil. I'm sorry, yeah, Robert Weevil battling above the 75 of William Gay. And there you see Cody Dorsey, one of the first cars, the third car back on fresh tires. Robert Weevil only took fuel only, so Weevil on some of that older stuff. But your top 3 cars all pitted on lap 16 and took 4 tires right now is what we're showing on the data. We got Jay on the YouTube chat telling Dylan Lewis needs to pull that turd in. All right, let's take a look. I'm going to bring up our...
Many jokes. Not making any of them.
No. All right, so William and Robert, good little battle here. I'm sure that's causing some dirty air there for behind this group. Who else we need to take a look at? Kyle Schmitz. So Kyle Schmitz came in. He's the first car a lap down is what I'm showing on yes, okay. I'm showing Kyle Schmitz a lap down. Dan Baroni, though, on his tail. So Dan did a great job coming in and out of pit lane there. You know, Kyle Schmidt's pit lane time, Kyle, was 48 seconds. Dan Baroni had a 45.07. Kyle had a problem in the pit. He had a 17.9 second stop compared to Dan's 15.13. So definitely some issues on pit road for Kyle Schmitz there, as it almost cost him the lead. But now he's got Dan Baroni, El Presidente, right behind him.
I'm wondering if he missed his pit.
Yeah, I think he probably ran by the box pretty bad or something. But you take a look at our stat sheet over on the bottom right there of your screen, boys. There's your lap pit info for the top 15 drivers at the moment. So we got 4 tire stop. It shows you Brandon Newton came in. He's running P6. Something must have happened with his fuel. He must have had to come back in and click something. I do not think he took fuel only and not tires there. So maybe that is a abstract, but just something to keep your eyes on your pit info. And then repairs being made. Some of the cars have been in for extended amounts of time for damage. Aiden, as we saw earlier, had some trouble. Dusty Summers, Clay, and Dakota getting some extra work done in those vehicles. All right, bottoms up to your lead. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Robert Weevil's in the pits.
Oh, Robert almost spinning it out there. Already getting those tires nice and hot as he takes off a pit road there, getting hard on the gas coming out of pit road.
Looking at a sponsor here, Spider Wipe.
Spider Wipe.
Never heard of it.
I'm hoping it's a bug killer.
I'm afraid to Google it.
Yeah, I'm definitely not Googling Spider Wipe. I'll tell you that right now. I'm just hoping it comes in a can and you spray it. This is what I'm really hoping for. Oh. All right, so let's see where we got some close battles here. Looks like Clay Powell.
Looks like 25's coming in for a pit stop.
Okay, 25. Let's see how he does. Looks like he has a lot cleaner entry. Misses the pit barrels. So good for Aiden there, as he has now done. You know, he's improving. No barrels this time. So we're making improvements. Back on cars that have not pitted yet. Dusty Summers. Look at this shot. 4 cars, very nicely put there. Almost 4 wide, just about there. That's the 75 of William Gate, Cody Dorsey in the 9, the 35 of Kyle Wirgoski, and the 44 of Dusty Summers. We got a nice little pack here. Really tight racing. Okay, and just to keep you guys up to date on Kyle Smits, because he was our leader, him and Calvin, but Calvin's poor pit stop really put him back. Kyle's running a 30. This is let me sure this is last laps.
I've got Calvin with a 38.5 and Kyle with a 38.64.
Okay.
Last lap.
And then what I wanted to know, so 38.64. Okay, yeah, I see it now. I see the right 30. Okay, 38.8, 3.87 compared to Jason Baum's 38.9. So I'm wondering. Let's take a look at Kyle. Kyle is in some dirty air. I mean, every lane is taken, and he's in traffic. This is just helping Jason Bottoms right now, and the guys that haven't pitted. But once Kyle, I mean, it kind of worked out for those boys getting caught. For the guys up front now, it worked out that Kyle and company got caught up in some of this dirty air because it's definitely slowing down their progress.
Yeah, just looking at their last 10 lap average, they are 38.566 to 38.529. So they're pretty even on the last 10.
Okay.
And as soon as I say that, they're about a tenth off now.
There's Cody Dorsey making a move on the 5 of bottoms. He does clear, shuts the door on bottoms because that's the bottom line. Ooh, we're going to use that one a lot. That's a new one. 5's going to battle back. Jason in that admin box. Number 5, Chevy Camaro, battling out with the Chewy.com number 9 of Cody Dorsey. Cody's going to relinquish that lead back, fall back to P2. William Gay now up at the 3rd spot, working his way.
Almost went for a ride.
The Dente, Dan Baroni side by side with 19. Now he's thinking in his head, this is a battle for the lead if they can cycle out because these boys still have to pit, and we're thinking that they need a pit on lap 46. So pit stops need to be, no, not for 36. 46, yeah. So pit stops for these top 5 should be happening quite soon. We'll have to see. This will be a good test of exactly what's going on here as Kyle's sending it down low, trying to ride that bottom line. Kyle's going to slide up the track. There goes the 5 of bottoms. Bottoms is in.
I don't blame him for that one bit. It was starting to get a little hectic behind him. Might as well pull the chute now.
Yeah, great job there by Jason getting it down in the pit road. I feel like sometimes for me, when I see that group coming behind me, oh, hey now, I get nervous and I just screw it up. I screw up entry. Like, it's just, it's nice to come in when there's no one behind you. You don't have to be looking over your shoulder worrying about getting ran over. All right, Jason Bottoms in. Jimmy Dodd in a 7 machine. Oh, it looks like Jason Dodd might have missed something. He's putting that car in reverse, back in that car. I'm going to get that machine parked in, wasting tons of time there. Big mistake by the number 7 of Dodd. Dusty Summers now into the 44 machine. Remember, he used a fast repair. The 44 being gentleman going around him in the pit. He drove through 6 pit boxes, but he had enough gentleman courtesy to drive around Dodd in his pit box. That was good.
Looks like we got the number 9 getting ready to pit.
Oh, good luck there, Cody.
And the number 1 pitting.
Here they come. 34 looks like he's going to be following Cody
Quite a few
in.
of them.
Here comes 5 cars on lap number 47 coming to 48. Here comes your leaders coming down.
75, the 1, the 28, 9, and 34.
Lots of cars coming in. We did a good job forecasting that there. Cody.
Oh, the 34 and the 9 both missed their stall.
Yeah, 34 a lot worse than Cody. Cody just a little bit. He caught it pretty soon, but still going to lose a lot of time. Let's see if any of these other cars had a little bit better pit stop, which they did, obviously, but let's see the difference. Cody's going to salvage it. The one that had the worst one there was, like you were saying, the 34. Definitely hemorrhaging some time there. Going to end up losing a couple spots there on pit road. All right, Caleb Elswick. We were talking about his speed earlier, battling against Kyle. Look where he's at now, up in front of Kyle Smits, right where he wants to be, and look at the gap he has on him. That's a 2-second lead over Kyle Smits now. Kyle Smits was able to get control over the situation with Dan Baroni. Dan using the highest line possible here at Michigan. Let's see if that's going to help him or hurt him. It usually hurts drivers here at Michigan running the top like that, but if you know what you're doing, it might help. So we'll have to see how time plays off with this thing. But right now, Kyle Smith's running a 37.9 compared to a 38.16.
See how patient these guys are on their fresh tires here. Got 3 wide with the 1, the 31, and 44. 44 is going to have a good run on the outside.
Yeah, right. Dusty Summers. I love that name. Sounds like a country musician. Dusty Summers.
Sounds like allergies.
It does. Yes. You. Oh, Rusty Rafferty. Shout out from Rusty. Rusty, where are you? I was looking forward to calling your name out here tonight. Rusty checking in on our YouTube channel. He says, tell Jason to take 2 tires on his final stop, no matter how long the stint is. That's always the winning move here at Michigan. All right, well, we're passing that information along to Jason and the rest of the field, Rusty. So hope you're okay with that information being shared.
I can't even disagree with it. I think I just won a race on 2-tire strategy. Or, no, I stayed out. Never mind. I stayed out.
You stayed out and got, you didn't take any.
No tires. No field, no tires. All hopes and dreams.
And it worked.
Nice battle going here with the 34, 28, 31.
Yeah, great call there, Kyle. I really appreciate the extra set of eyes you're giving me here as streaming these races and broadcasting.
44 into the wall.
I think we got it. Yeah, I was just saying, like, sometimes
everything but the pace car.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, we got a good battle back here too. Derek Riley, one of the admins, along with Cody Dorsey and Dakota Bly. So they're doing a great job holding this thing down. And Kyle, remind me next caution if we can bring in a driver. I know the boys were asking me to try to get that done for them. So we'll try to get that for you guys next caution. If we have one, I don't know. This thing feels pretty green.
It definitely feels green right now.
So this battle that we're showing back in the back, this is the number 10 of Brandon the number 28 of Brandon Newton, running in 10th place, up 6 spots from the beginning of the race. And he's got his hands full with the number 29 at Jake Williams, Kyle Rogowski, and Cole Lewis all in this little pack here, is having some great racing. William Gay now battling the 1 of Derek Riley. Derek Riley looking underneath here, trying to make that pass. This is the worst thing here in Michigan, is getting that exit blocked off, not being able to exit towards the wall and make the pass. That's why the high line does feel so good. But when you run that high line, you got to control yourself. Very easy to just want to hit the gas and make sure you make that guy's life difficult. But that can come back to bite you in the butt as we have more pit stops underway. Looks like Dylan Lewis and Alan Voles both coming down pit lane on lap number 53.
And just watching the lap times here, it looks like Kyle Schmitz is slowly reeling Caleb in.
Yeah.
Last lap, though, was in about 0.4 of a second, so it might not be as slow as I thought it was.
Ooh, I saw the 44 playing some games. Looks like, I'm sorry, is that the 15? Yeah, Michael Boone playing some games, trying to break the draft from Cody Dorsey. I thought he might have hit the wall, but no, he's just breaking that draft down these long front and back stretches, trying not to let the number 1 get back up to him.
Another 0.2 of a second off, and looks like Kyle's bringing Dan and Jason with him fairly quickly.
Yeah, if you can work to 33 up, Dan Baroni up in the wall. It looks like he's going to be okay. Let's see if Jason tries to take advantage of this, a little bit of this mistake. Yeah, he's going to go underneath, trying to push it hard, see if he can take advantage of that bobble by Dan. Dan's up there trying to get the Michigan stripe up there at the very top, and it's going to hurt him as he's going to lose a spot there to Jason. Jason's going to move up to 3rd place. And now Calvin Smith getting caught up to that draft, hoping that this little group can catch up to Caleb, as Caleb's lead was over 2 seconds, has now dropped down to 1.6. So it is shrinking slowly, and we'll have to see how these 4 can work together to try to catch that lead car.
Yeah, I just hear the Jaws music playing in the background right now.
Further back, we got Dan Stocktero battling out with Mike Marshall and Dakota Bly there. Bly going to try to draft off the back of Stocktero. Going to think about the outside. They're going to fall in line. Nice little battle happening there. Back up with Kyle Rogowski. Looks like Dakota finally made the pass on old Mike there. On Dan, I'm sorry. Really good battle here, further back in the pack. These guys last pitted on lap 48. So more on the fresher side of the tires, the latest of the stops. Later than that, it would be Alan Vols, Dylan Lewis, but those cars are both a lap down at this moment. So cars that would be more in play would be that of Dakota Bly.
Ooh, Caleb just hit the wall coming out of 4.
All right, let's see if that slowed him down even more than he already was, and it did there, big
Oh, a
Kyle,
lot, yeah.
by a second. Last time we checked in, it was 1.6. Now Kyle Schmidt's up to 6/10 of a second behind now. Oh, yeah, and they're bringing the party. Definitely Jason and Kyle working really well together. Looks like Dan's going to be losing some of that. I think he's just losing some of that grip running the high line so hard and obviously hitting some of the tires. Calvin Smith probably hoping he can catch up to these top two cars to catch back up to that draft to be a part of the equation here of this battle here at Michigan. Got a 4-car pack further back. This is a battle for 10th position. I'm sorry. 7th. Derek Riley there, the lead car to number 1, is in 7th. You got Michael Boone battling behind him in the 15. William Gay, Kyle Rogowski, and then Brandon Newton's going to be bringing up that rear car in the orange number 28.
Got Jason in the 5 car just smoking the wall here, trying to run that high line to get that run coming out of the corners.
Yeah, he's probably feeling that those cars might be slipping away a little bit, and he needs to get every little bit of speed not to lose that draft, because that would be going through my mind. Just do whatever I can to keep it up there against those guys. But let's see, Kyle. They ran a 33. We were telling them 32 laps is what we need out of them. So now that they ran 33, 34, they're coming up on lap 60. So let's say we're projecting they need to come in. We're going to be seeing pit stops in 6 laps, 5 to 6 laps to keep that going, to keep that fuel issue at bay.
Yep, they're going to eliminate a stop just by, if they can get to 66, they're going to eliminate a stop.
Kyle, that's why you get paid the big bucks, man. That's what. That's my brain can't.
Wait, we're getting paid?
I mean, some of us are. Oh, Dan Baroni just gave the outside wall a Presidente of his own there, as Calvin's now made the pass on the Dente, trying to catch back up the bottoms. So very interesting stuff here. Aiden's back in the pit lane. Looks like having some more trouble there. Aiden not having the greatest day. It's okay. It's a long season. He can bounce back. Cole Lewis now just makes a pass. He's battling with Jake Williams back here, further back in the back. Oh, here goes the 29. Is he pitting? The 29, Jake Williams. Yes, he is in pit lane as the 29 makes a pit stop here on lap 63. We were thinking that's not enough here up in the booth. We have been proven wrong before.
Close.
Yeah, that's cutting it real close.
Pushing it hard.
Because the closest we were thinking is 64. You need to at least make it past 64. So he's really cutting it close. So we'll see what he does. He's taking right sides. Jacks go down. The pit crew runs around, getting those Goodyear Eagles on the left side now. Jack goes underneath, drops the jack, and away he goes. Got 4 fresh Goodyear tires. And Kyle Schmidt's now and Caleb.
15 coming in as well. We've got the 52 of Cole Lewis coming in.
Yep, our little pack there, Kyle, Caleb, Michael. Oh, Michael joins them. Cars that were battling would be Jason and Calvin Smith.
68. Yeah, 68, Jason Trevino coming in as well.
Car looks pretty good there. Jason doing a good job keeping that car clean. Really interesting here at Michigan. Let's see if Kyle Schmitz can bounce back from that terrible pit stop earlier. The 66 makes it by him. I don't know. Did Kyle have another tough one? A little bit slow. About a second slower than Caleb there in the 66 coming down pit lane. Just equal pit stop times, with the cars going up on the jack and down on the jack. But pit lane times in total, Caleb was about a second faster than Kyle. I'm looking here on the data. One of the better pit stops we had here was Michael Boone in the 15. Michael Boone had a 44.2 pit lane total time. And I think that's the best one of the day so far, if I'm looking at my data correctly. Right now, yeah, Michael Boone setting the standard with a 44-second .22 pit stop time, total length. Brad Wilson in the 31. The in and out. I'm so used to in and out. Getting hungry saying it. The in and out, Brad Wilson coming in on that number 31. So he's bringing it down here. He made it to lap 65. That's more of what we like to see. Jason Bottoms now retaking the lead. Man, Jason having a really good race, keeping this thing clean. I feel good about Jason. Cody's starting to eke his way back kind of closer to Jason. But the two drivers that were really been kind of the lead of the pack right now is Kyle Schmitz and Calvin Smith and Bottoms. Those three have been really the top four right now. I mean, the top three drivers we've seen up at the front. Let's take a look at our laps led and kind of get an idea of who's led the laps where. So Kyle Schmitz led a total of 22 laps. Jason Bottoms, 16. Calvin Smith has led 14. Caleb Elswick, 12. And Cody Dorsey showing 3 laps led here on our top 5 lap leaders.
Yeah, I went back and watched the pit cycle for the 15, and the 19, and he just overshot his pit just ever so slightly. Had to put it in reverse, back it up. That cost him about a second.
Yeah, so that's 2 timely pit stop errors for Kyle. I mean, and without those errors, he would definitely still be out in front of Caleb and with probably a little bit more substantial lead than he has. But now he's going to have to bounce back and fight. He's going to have, we're thinking, 2 more pit stops, Kyle, or 1 more pit stop? No, 32.
I think 1 more pit stop for the guys that
that pitted after
63,
lap 63.
That's going to be close, but anybody that pitted on 64, 65 or later, I think going to be able to do it on 1 more. But as I'm watching, I just seen the 15. See, I got 15 on his car, I think, and I think he's 19 on the...
19 in our hearts?
Nope, he's 19 on the car. I just can't read. I'm blind. It's fine. It's cool.
Just Kyle
again.
Kyle Schmitz.
The wall the last lap too.
Yeah, the 19 hammering the wall. I think those pit stop blunders might be playing big in his head in the mental game. He's gonna have to. Oh, Calvin Smith looking underneath Cody Dorsey, making it an issue. Door to door, coming out of 4. No room underneath with Kyle Schmitz. They're going to go 3 wide across the line, and Derek Riley's going to be the innocent bystander here, I think, going into turn 1.
That was close coming off of 4.
Ooh, Cody going to drive all the way down the apron, try to put some dirty air on Kyle. Going to slide up the track.
Come out 3 wide.
Calvin
got close. Close.
Damn. Yeah, Cody Dorsey just shuts the door there. Barely. But here comes Kyle Schmitz now with that run. See if Kyle's going to be able to make it clear. He is going to have to deal with Derek Riley, though, on the inside line. This might give him some problems clearing.
Can't tell if it's the dirty air, if it's the tires, or a combination of both, but Dorsey just looks like he's struggling right now.
Cody last came in on lap 48. So we're thinking 70 in the next 4 laps. I think Dorsey's coming in. But Kyle, when you're pitting so close to the pit window and you're on the wrong end of it, it's hard. I mean, it's like you're limiting your options during the race because now you have to have fuel on your mind. You have to have am I going to make it? I have to really watch it. So it's it just adds to more of the pressure of driving, as some of these guys that just made an extra 2 laps, it's going to play huge dividends towards the end of the race where they're going to have a little more options and push a little bit harder if they need to towards the end of this race. If we continue green, which we were speaking of, we've had some close calls here. Some of the front runners like Cody Dorsey and prior champions really showing their testosterone fortitude on shutting the doors on some of these guys.
Yeah, this is kind of the point in the race where you have to decide whether or not you want to all out during the front stretch or kind of throw it back a little bit and try to save as much as you can. That way you don't have to worry about it on the last step. So you're going to see a few different strategies going on here. I've played both of them. I've lost on both. I've won on both.
What's that like, Kyle? Winning? I'm not sure.
It doesn't happen often.
I'll have to just lean on your experience. I'll just have to lean on your experience on that one. But Kyle, something else to notice. So these guys pitted on lap 63, but they're stuck behind cars that have not pitted on lap 48. And I feel like that is going to lead into baby Jason Bottoms' hand. And he was up there running with speaking of Jason Bottoms, here he comes. Coming down pit lane here. Lap number 72, going on 73. Bottoms in is your leader. Going to turn over the lead to Derek Riley in the number 1 car. And we were just speaking of it. I'm seeing Calvin Smith right in front of Derek Riley. So Calvin Smith, the first car, not a lap down. And I'm looking at his pit times. Nothing out of the ordinary, Kyle. So I'm wondering, is that just, I mean, is that normal? Or he should be pulling away from Derek.
I'm starting to wonder if maybe they
Saving?
some mind games going on here and trying to save a little bit while they can. Again, right in that middle of the race. It's not a bad idea.
All right. Yeah, I know you're right. I mean, it's the guys like Derek. So you ask him in on lap 48. Yeah, well, they're definitely going to be good. They're going to have to two stop. Yeah.
I got the 9 coming in. 1's coming in.
Oh, look at this. Look at this. 3 wide, 4 wide, 5. Trying to get down to pit road. Wow, what a moment there. That was close. The guys did a great job. Hopefully they called out those pit stops. But, man, that was a crazy. I think we can take a look
over the radio. The 9 and the 1 did call pit stop. So I think it was just, 3 wide to 4 wide, just nowhere to go.
Yeah, let's see. I think I can get that replay real quick of this pit entry. Oh, yeah, if I go all the way from there. Let's just take a look at that one more time. Oh, sorry about that, guys. I've had that pit thing on there all race long. Sorry about that. Oh, bottoms up into the 75 of William. Close call there for Dan Baroni and the Presidente, as that could have been pretty bad there. All right.
Looks like we got the 28 coming in for a pit stop.
Yeah, Brandon Newton, that 28 orange machine. And then he's got that yellowish ribbon on the front of that hood, and it looks like that's the childhood cancer awareness of Brandon Newton. Brandon Newton did have that impact his life greatly. I know he's a big proponent of that organization, so just shout out there to Brandon and his family. And we're all with you there, Brandon, as Brandon has a great pit stop, gets that number 28 out of pit lane and back on the track. Kyle Werdgowski going to be your leader at the moment. Last pitted on lap 48. William Gay in the 75 staying out. Last pitted 48. Dusty Summers, get your Clarendon out. Coming in down pit road right now. Oh, getting another message on our text line. Oh, yes, sir. Let's see what else we got going on. 55 back here. So Brandon getting back on track. He's in 19th position, down 3 spots. Scott Kierberg bringing it down. Now, I believe Scott's paint job there, Kyle, that was his mom, Patricia, and he lost his mom, I believe, also due to cancer. So just shout out there to Scott and his family and that awesome paint job commemorating his mom, Patricia. And, just a lot of people racing for a lot of different things. And I know for you too, Kyle, with the 988 suicide awareness program, that's a big deal too to all of us. And I know that's a special place in your heart. So we all know, give these cars shout outs. And if there is anything special on your cars, you guys, just DM me, give me a message. So that way I can shout out your cars or any type of, anything you're kind of racing for. That way I can help bring that to your guys's, bring it to the audience, attention for everyone to check out. So let me know. Dakota Bly in right now. Going to bring in that Toyota Camry. And it looks like that's Vols coming in the back. And also there is Scott Kerberg bringing in those cars. So leader's going to be bringing it in. And that is going to cycle out Kyle Schmitz as your leader. So Calvin, we saw him we thought he was dogging it a little. We were wondering, why they were catching up. We think he might be saving some fuel. Jason Bottoms definitely in a good spot. Made it to lap 73. So Jason looking really good. We're going to keep an eye on these lap times and see if he can put the gas, the rubber to the pavement here and really start digging into this lead. As right now, Kyle Schmidt has a 9/10 of a second lead over Calvin. I'm sorry, 8/10 of a lead over Calvin, and Jason's about a second and 7/10 back, just under 2 seconds back from Kyle. So we'll have to see how this plays out here.
Yeah, just looking at the pit stops here. I was thinking Dusty came in a little hot, and yeah, I think he got a 40-second hold there. His pit stop was about a minute and 20.
Yep, I'm seeing it. You're right there, Kyle. Yep, he did. Looks like he did get dinged for something there. 40-second hold does make some sense there because, yeah, 55-second pit stop time minus 40. That's 15. All
we
right.
can math up here. It's fine.
Yeah, I took off my socks, guys. Hey, so real quick, just wanted to shout out Rusty. I'm going to take us over to our. Well, let me see if anything's going on track that's real interesting. It is always interesting. We're going to put it here on Cole and Lewis, but I'm going to drop us over here to the audience check-in. Oh, no, I only got the God bless him. I guess it timed out there, but shout out there to Jason Bottoms giving Rusty Rafferty a happy birthday. Rusty's not here tonight. He's on vacation. He hates missing this one. It's his favorite track, but happy birthday tomorrow. So happy birthday to Rusty. Just wanted to shout you out there, man. And, yeah, we'll see you guys, Rusty, when you come back next week. But I'll have to fix this chat box so you guys can check out all your cool chat. That was the thing behind all this. So we're working on it. We'll get the bugs worked out. All right, Calvin Smith gaining on Kyle right now. Jason Bottoms, though. Woo! Look where Jason's at. Jason is coming. He made his way up to Smith now. So now he needs to be able to pass Smith efficiently in order to keep this run going to get to Kyle. I think Jason, I got a good feeling about Jason. We're going to have to see how this thing plays out and see what Kyle can do to counter this thing. Oh, the 17 up into the wall got spooked. Not sure if he saw the admin box on the side of Jason Bottom's car and freaked out. But Kyle, the 17, coming up to the outer barrier, safer barrier while testing its integrity.
Yeah, I definitely did not see that. And he hit the wall again. Just a rough corner exit out of 2 for everybody today. Just seeing a lot of cars just either pushing hard or getting loose coming out of 2.
Seen a lot of cars getting hard there, huh, Kyle? Okay, we're going to go back to one of our ad sponsors. I got to shout out another under caution ad run. So you guys sit tight here, and I'll get that one fired up as sure I get the right one on. Oh, this is a good one, boys. All right, here we is probably tonight's Quantum Contender series is proudly fueled by Burlington Cafe, where the only thing smoother than your racing line is the gravy. Seriously, if you're in Burlington, West Virginia, and you haven't tried their homemade gravy sausage yet, you're blowing the corner in life. We're talking fresh coffee, made-to-order breakfast, and gravy so good it might cause an unscheduled pit stop. Start your day like a pole winner or recover like you just hit the wall in lap 2. Either way, pull into the Burlington Cafe and refuel the right way. Burlington Cafe, serving up gravy one ladle at a time. All right, shout out there to the Burlington Cafe. Remember, the Quantum Contender Series is presented by the Burlington Cafe, and we would not be here without the love and support of Kim over there at the Burlington Cafe. So shout out there over to Kim, making the best sausage gravy this side of the Mississippi.
And as we're on the commercial there, the 66 of Caleb Elswick just came in for a pit.
All right, and that was one of our faster cars we've had today. So last came in. Okay, so he's coming in on lap 85. We need to make it. That's 15. There's no way he's making it, so he needs to come down one more time. So plan one more stop for Caleb. Kyle Schmidt still up in the lead. We're going to take a look here at Kyle. Get the different video camera angle. Jason Bottoms now. Okay, so Jason Bottoms 1.4 behind Kyle. He's able to make the pass on Calvin. Bottoms came in on Kyle came down on lap 63. Bottoms, lap 73. I mean, that's a 10-lap difference, Kyle. We got to be planning on Kyle having to make another pit. I don't see him making it on one stop.
I'd say Bottoms for sure can make it. If Calvin and Kyle can get to 97, 98 in the pit, they shouldn't have to pit again.
Okay, so
I'm
97,
97
98.
is going to be the threshold right there.
Okay. Kyle, are you an accountant? I mean, you are quick.
Nope. I just like numbers.
I think that might say more about my math skills than yours. Okay, Dan Baroni coming on down. He was running in 9th position. He's bringing this thing down pit road. Dan Baroni doing a great job there. Got the Presidente up in the top 10. Going to cycle back out further back in the pack, but it's going to have some fresh tires. Now Bottoms, the 7/10. Let's see. Okay, Bottoms looks like he took off 4/10 of a second. Calvin Smith hanging on the back end, trying to keep that draft up on old Bottoms. Derek Riley came in on lap 75, so Derek should have some of the fresher tires here. Derek last ran a 38.8. He is comparable to Bottoms and just a hair faster than Kyle Schmitz at this moment. So let's see if Derek just put down a really good lap right now, 38.75. So if he can keep that up, maybe look for old Derek Riley to make an appearance here later in the race.
Yeah, I'm thinking that between Bottoms and Riley, they both know they don't have to pit more than one more time. So they're going to be pushing it.
Yeah, and that's a good feeling to have, where Kyle and Calvin, they got to have that feeling of got to be smart and be efficient with that gas pedal. But a lot of guys can do it. I mean, I run another league, and I'm going to shout him out here, but old Colin Bollinger, I ran him hard at Michigan. I thought we were both going to run out of fuel together, and I came down the pit road, and he took off and won the race. And I was sitting there wondering, what happened? And that was a wake-up.
To do a burnout and rub it in your face, too.
Yep, exactly. So those ones hurt when you think that, I'm running this guy just as hard as I can. He's got to be using up his fuel, and he wasn't. And it's that one hurts. That hurts when they do that to you. So be interesting to see, though. Let's see what Kyle can do here, as he's a multiple winner. Speaking of multiple winners there, Kyle, let me bring up some of the last year's stats, and you can kind of see on screen maybe kind of the performance of these guys that were in the top 10 last year. While you're taking a look at all that, let me get this. I'll get this pulled up for us if I can find it. I got a lot.
Yeah, take your time. They just dropped off a cheeseburger to me, so
okay.
I'm just going to stuff my face real quick.
All right, so
Michigan burger.
Speaking of Kyle Smits, okay, so we got Kyle Smits and Calvin Smith coming in. We knew they couldn't make it. They're deciding to come in on lap 93. I agree with what Calvin's doing. Follow Kyle. You've been so close, and we're going to keep an eye here on Kyle and see if he can have a better pit stop this time. See if the third time's a charm.
Nailed it.
He got it. Okay, right sides are going up. Let's see if it's right sides only. Oh, but Calvin misses his stop.
Calvin missed it.
He's taken 4. The 19's taken 4. Okay, last year's some of the Quantum Contender Season 2 highlighted drivers here. This is the top 10 that made the chase. But as you can see here, Kyle Smits with 4 wins. Joshua Smits, who's not here today, had 3. Calvin Smith there, we saw him pit, miss his stop, has 1. Cody Dorsey picked up 2 wins last year. Most top 10s, top 15 top 10s, Cody Dorsey 17. Really good drivers out here. They had 19, 17 starts. Derek Riley kind of high there and Jason Bottoms. Got to watch those incident points, but other than that, just some things to take in the mind with some of these drivers from last season as we go forward throughout this season to keep in mind. Just wanted to paint a little bit of a picture of who's who here in this league.
And, cream rises to the top. Seeing the same names from the top 10 that are putting down some quick laps and running top 10 here.
All right, so Jason Bottoms needs to pit one more time. Derek Riley, they didn't make it to your magic number, Kyle. We were thinking 97, 98 for Kyle and Calvin. And
Yeah,
they
it's
came
going
in
to
at
be
92.
tough. I think they're going to have to stop one more time.
I think so too. So if that's the case, then our eyes need to shift maybe a little bit more to the guys that came in a little bit later that haven't pitted just yet. So we're talking about Jason Bottoms, who is in your leader right now. Derek Riley has a 2-lap advantage on tires over Bottoms. Cody Dorsey came in with Riley also. Kyle Rogowski came in at lap 79. He's 6 seconds back. So that's the car with the freshest set of tires, 6 seconds back of the leader at this moment. So just a couple little things to keep in mind here as we go forward with this very green run that we're seeing from the guys here in the Quantum Contender Series. Very impressed to see this type of racing action here on track as this thing's starting to get into the later stages here as we're hitting lap 97 out of 130 here at the Quantum Contender Series at Michigan. Brought to you here by the Vortex Racing Network. We are proud to be here with you. I am very happy and glad to have Kyle Lynott with me along here with tonight with the Kyle and Kyle show. And I hope you guys are appreciating it at home. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Give us a follow on all our stuff. We really appreciate it. That's how we grow as a channel and help better serve you, our viewer, as we keep going forward with this awesome partnership we've have.
Okay, looking around the track, everybody's pretty well spread out. There's not
good battle though. Good battle between Cody and Kyle right now. Another Kyle in the 33 of the Presidente, but the Presidente I think is a lap. Where's Dan? I think Dan. Oh, Dan just unlapped himself. Yeah. Dan's trying to unlap himself from. Is what I'm showing. Yeah, it looks like he's trying to unlap himself. So Dan hanging in there. Cody, here comes Dan. Dan is on the fresher stuff. Lap 88 tires. Oh, Jason! I'm hearing Jason's getting into the wall a little bit from Jason Bottom's fan. As Riley has made up some time up on Jason, just about over a second here. Excuse me, real quick. Oh, okay. Okay, fastest 5-lap average right now. Michael Boone, Caleb Elswick, Dan Barone, Derek Riley, and William Gay. Those are your fastest 5-lap average times from the last 5 laps. So looks like Derek Riley might have found something here late in this race. See if he can make something happen as he's got that lead to under a second. Cody Dorsey, though, and Kyle Rogowski still holding on to that 6-second stop. But Kyle, is there any chance? No, there is no chance. I was going to say like Cody and Kyle Rogowski, if they would be able to save enough coming in like on lap 79. No, that's way too much to save. I mean, I could be proved wrong. 41 laps, that's too crazy of a fuel save for sure.
Yeah, you'd be looking at an extra 15 to...
No way. Yeah, no way.
Yeah, there's just no way.
Mike Marshall coming in there on that. Looks like that's a 5150 skate shop. Bringing in that number 88 machine on lap number 99. 30 laps to go here at the OHKAYA 260. And once again, I want to say a huge shout out to OHKAYA and them sponsoring us. And while we're here hanging out in the studio, we're going to go ahead and let's play that latest release here in the background. And you guys can get a little bit of a taste of what they have to offer in that newest single that just got released Wednesday. Guys, make sure you check them out on Spotify. And they got an awesome YouTube channel. It's all in the description on our YouTube channel. So make sure you guys check that out. Your support helps them keep supporting us, basically. So it's all a beautiful circle here, circle of life.
5, 1, 9, all pitting.
All right, Kyle Rogowski's going to inherit the lead there as my tag team partner just clued me in here. Jason Bottoms, we got him on the screen right here, all making pit stops. Pretty clean pit stop there. Here comes the 9 of Dorsey. Dorsey brings it in too.
Looks like 4 tires.
4 tires for everybody. Not taking the advice from his teammate. I mean, his YouTube partner there on the channel. Not just taking 2 right side because this should be his last stop. Yeah, no problem for Jason. But 30 lap tires on the right side only. I don't know. That's a long way to go, but it could have been a move here. This is going to really turn into something interesting.
Yeah, not gonna lie. I probably, if I'm pitting, 102, 104. I'm probably going to be taking 2.
Yeah, I feel like it's such a long fuel run. Like, if I'm doing a whole run, I'm more like, dude, I'm going to put 4 on. But I guess it just depends on what that left side tire wear was. I mean, I think, yeah, just on how you drive the car. But you're right, Kyle. Like saving that extra 6 seconds, I mean, it could be huge. But I'm showing everything on our pit stop window. Everything looks like 4-tire stops. No one taking the gamble.
See anybody.
Brandon Newton coming back down pit lane. He's topping off, going to be able to make it the rest of the way after this pit stop. Right now, your top dog is Kyle Rogowski in the lead. Last pit on lap 79, so these guys are going to have to make another pit stop. Kyle Schmitz last came down on lap 92. That's the big question here, folks. Is Kyle Schmitz, did he make, he is definitely due for another pit stop unless he can save 8 laps, which is unheard of here. So we're thinking we're scheduling him another pit stop. But people to keep in mind is Jason Bottoms, lap 101. Derek Riley, 2 seconds back of Bottoms. So Bottoms must have had a good pit stop or undercut. No, they came in on the same pit stop. Yeah, I'm looking here, Kyle. Almost 0.7 of a second slower pit stop for Riley. So Jason did a great job on the pit stop, got out, got that little bit of a lead back. So now it's a mano-a-mano race for Jason Bottoms and Derek Riley on the same strategy.
It's looking at our leaders here. Lap 79, 78, and 79 for Dakota, Clay, and Dan. So they for sure have to come back down.
For sure. I mean, like I said, Jason, Derek, Cody, Kyle, and William, and Brandon Newton look like they're the cars that don't need to make another stop, and the rest of the field does. But time will tell. Maybe they're hoping for a green, another yellow. But right now, looks like Jason's in the driver's seat. Don't want to jinx him. Rooting for Jason here. I know I got a lot of fans out there in the YouTube chat rooting for Jason. So we'll see if the number 5 can bring it home. But he's going to have to deal with this traffic right now, Kyle. Making his way around, trying to have to pass this stuff as efficiently as possible to keep that lead.
Still learning car numbers here.
Oh, yeah.
13, Alan Vols coming out of 4, tapped the wall, and it looks like maybe the 60. Let's see what number that is. Yeah, 68 of Jason Trevino did the same thing. So, definitely keeping Bottoms on his toes.
All right, and then now we got Calvin Smith. He looks like he's getting closer and closer to Derek there, as he's going to try to make maybe a pass here. But we know that Calvin's going to have to come down and make another pit stop. So maybe that's why Calvin's pushing as hard as he can here, salvaging this run. I hate to say it like that, but it feels like that's what it is because they're going to have to make another pit stop.
Mm-hmm. And we got Scott Kerberg and Dusty Summers on pit road. Looks like Dakota and Clay pulled the parachute. They're on pit road now.
Yeah, it looks like we got some decent pit stops. No issues. Everything under 16 seconds, so it doesn't look like any major mistakes there from that group.
A little bit long stop for Dusty. Maybe just some repairs getting done there.
Yeah, Jason Bottoms now adding up on the total of laps led. So Jason, I'm looking at my notes here, Kyle. They do pay out. Wrote it down. I think it's laps led. Hold on.
I'm looking at a couple 2-tire stops maybe. Cole Lewis and Bradley Wilson.
Okay, let's take a look at that one. Cole Lewis.
52 and 31.
Where is Derek?
Oh, and we just missed it. Kyle Schmitz just pitted.
Kyle, I got Kyle pit. Yep, 108. Kyle Schmidt's pitting 108. That's going to drop him back down to 15th position. And then Kyle's pit stop, 9 seconds. So that looks like 2 tires only. Going to see if he can make something happen here on 2 tires. But he is about 40 seconds away from first place. And Jason Bottoms does not need to pit again. Derek Riley, though, on his horse, getting closer and reeling him in. Remember, Calvin Smith should not be a factor here. We're thinking Calvin Smith into 3 is not. He has to come back and pit. He was on the same strategy as Kyle Smith, so thinking Calvin Smith is going to need the pit. But this thing is all about the number 1 and that 5 car you see in front of him. As this thing is starting to wind down and get very, very interesting.
Just looking at their last lap there, got a 31.87 to a 38.87 to a 38.68.
And here it is, Kyle. This could be the moment that we find out who is going to take control of this race. Can Bottoms hold off the number 1 of Derek Riley? The 5 is going to duck underneath that lap car. It's not a lap car anymore. The 19 just unlapped himself. So Kyle Smith's back on the lead lap. The 5 trying to hold on to this lead. These 2 cars both pitted on the same lap, lap 101.
Derek's got to run. Got to run.
The 101 looking underneath, going into turn 1. Derek Riley going to hold that apron. Yeah, hold the apron, give each other plenty of room. Going to come on the exit. Jason's going to stay off the wall. Great job. Going to have the momentum. Derek's going to have to rethink this strategy and get a better run and attack him here with only 18 laps to go here at the OHKAYA 260. We're going to jump on board with Derek right now. This is P2. This is the battle that we are predicting here is going to lead to our winner here tonight at this race. If anything else does not happen, Cody Dorsey, next car back, is over 6 seconds behind. So right now, this was a tale of a story of pit road, I think, there, Kyle. After everything's said and done, people executing on pit road and also having that fuel number and working backwards in this race.
Yep, got a couple more guys on pit road. Calvin in the 3, Caleb.
And we were correct there, Kyle. We weren't BSing you guys. I always get nervous predicting stuff, but no, they did need to come down and pit to finish off their fuel. But back to the front, turn 1. Derek's going to be trying to go up to that higher line. They have a low car underneath exiting pit road. The 47 up in front of them. That is, who's the 47? I just saw him. Oh, it's Powell. I'm looking for Powell. 07. Sorry there, Powell. 07 of Powell. So Clay right in front of the leaders there. They do have some traffic. Bottoms is going to be able to use that front car to help get some draft off of him. 15 laps to go here at the OHKAYA 260 here at Michigan. This thing has been green flagged for the majority of the race. We had 2 cautions on earlier in the race, but it is winding down. This is going to be a battle for the ages as Jason Bottoms in the number 5 is holding on to the first position with just over a 1/10 of a second lead, as Derek Riley is trying to do his darndest to get underneath the 5, to make a run, make something stick. But now you have a faster car of Calvin Smith sticking his nose into the situation as he's on fresh tires, a lap down, trying to unlap himself. Let's see what Calvin Smith's going to do. Oh, they almost touch, and Jason Bottoms almost goes around. I can see that happening, and, they did a great job getting unconnected, as now Calvin Smith's going to put him 3 wide, split the middle. Let's see how this is going to affect the exit of the 5. Is that going to give a chance for Riley? But Riley almost opens the door for Voles. Voles has to shut the door on Voles so he doesn't get that outside lane taken away from him, Kyle.
That was a great exit by Bottoms there. Just being patient, knowing he's got a faster car on the inside. He's going to have the run coming out. It's definitely smart heads-up racing. I'm looking back at Kyle Schmitz, and he is not making up a lot of time with the freshy tires.
He did take 2 tires only, Kyle, and I think if he's in dirty air, he's going to have a heck of a time trying to get anything going. And he is 38 seconds away from our front pair. So that extra pit stop was the nail in the coffin for these guys.
07 just got into him, spun him.
Calvin.
He saved it.
Calvin's in an outside wall in front of the leaders. The Calvin Smith's trying to dive that thing back down underneath. I think we're still green as Calvin's going to hit the inside interior wall, spin out, going across. That's going to end his day, but we're still racing. We're still green. Meatball flag there for the number 3. Unfortunate day there for Calvin Smith. We're going to have to go back on lap 117 there, Kyle, so we can rewatch that. But this battle is heating up. Well, you know what? Gave him a little bit of a gap, Kyle. We're going to go back. I'm going to look at that off track and see what exactly happened to Calvin.
And as you're doing that, just looking back up to the front, Bottoms has pulled out 0.8 of a second lead over Derek.
Yeah, so it happened out in front of the group. 07 and the 3 getting in the wall with each other. Bottoms is able to shoot it. And you know what? The 1 checked up big time. Derek Riley had to check up big time for that number 3 car coming down in front of the track. And now we take a look at the 3. Right into the barrel. Oh, just misses the barrels. Hits the cone. Spins out and is going to get a meatball flag from that outside shot. But let's get back to our live racing, as that's what could have been the moment of the race here. Let's see if Derek Riley can pull something out with less than 10 laps to go. He's got this thing back to 0.2 of a second. Yep. Derek Riley is a man on a mission. Cody Dorsey in third, still 6 seconds back. Michael Boone, 7 seconds back. Kyle Rogowski having a day for himself, making the top 5. William Gay is running in 6th place. Brandon Newton up to 7th. Dakota Bly up 17 spots. He does not have to pit again. That is a big winner right there. But Derek Riley up 10 spots, closing the gap, working around. Bottoms has traffic in front, trying to deal around
this 07.
Yeah, the 07 caused the issue with the Calvin Smith. 07 making it difficult. They're back together again, Kyle. Oh my God. So 07's going to cut off the exit from Riley. Going to help out Bottoms. Oh, we don't got my scoreboard up. Sorry, boys. Let me get that up. 9 laps to go here at Michigan.
All right. Bottoms has cleared him, and looks like Riley's going to clear him as well. The 07 hits the... Oh, Derek's got a run. Coming on the outside. Going into 3 side by side. Oh, they're touching. Kyle,
they're touching. They're going to go hit the wall. The 07 of Powell.
That's going to... There's the caution.
Okay, but did Bottoms hold on to it? Caution is out here. OHKAYA 260. This thing just got turned on its head. Kyle, I can't believe what we just saw. Derek Riley with a huge wreck. Bottoms escaped it. The 07 involved in another. I don't know what we're going to take a look at it right now, Kyle.
Yeah, I'm going back on board here. Right along with Paul here and seeing what we got.
Oh, the Bottoms just T-bones the one. Not like on purpose, just like we're going to rewind this.
Nowhere to go for Paul. Just absolutely nowhere to go.
Okay. All right, we're going to stop that. We're going to get a different view. Let me go to my let's get to the choppa and let me get some background music. Let me get some background music for us as we check out this replay. And I'm going to take us to the blimp or chopper. Let's get to the choppa or rear chase. Okay, let's take a look, boys. Sorry about that. And we're going to go full speed. So the 5 and the 1 are your leaders battling for the lead of this race. The 1's going to use the high line. Here comes Bottoms. Bottoms slides up the track. He slides up the track a little bit, but the 1 wasn't as high as probably he thought he was. Nowhere to go. They pancake the wall. Oh, and that looks like it's the end of the day for Derek Riley. But we have pit stops underway right now, Kyle, as Jason Bond's going to bring that 5 car. And remember, fast repairs, Kyle. That is a big deal. We did not remember, but fast repairs are a thing. But the 5's not taking the fast repair. He might have used it earlier in the race. I'm not sure. But he's sitting in the pit lane. Let's see. There goes the right side tires.
Yeah, right side just went up.
That took a while for those right sides to go up.
Yeah, it did.
There goes the... Oh, man. I And no, I think he might be clicking for the fast repair. I'm not sure what's going on with the 5.
So you've got the 19 and the 07.
Front row. Didn't come in. There. Wow, what a story. And now you got Cody Dorsey caught back up on the freshest tires. You got Cody Dorsey, Kyle Wergowski on the freshest stuff. Not sure what happened to Jason. If we can get Jason Bottoms fan. Hey, Tony Iracing, thanks for checking in, buddy. YouTube channel, the number 13 himself, The Undertaker. Thank you for joining us, big dog. Yeah, man, the 5, I'm stuck on the 5. I really want to know what happened. He must be getting repairs done. Where's Derek Riley right now? He's also in pit lane. Go ahead, Kyle, break it away for me, buddy.
Oh, Bottom's giving the OL.
Okay, you know what, Kyle? There is something new to this league that we haven't seen in any of the other leagues that we really cover. It's claimed cautions. Claimed cautions. So basically, if you caused it, you got to claim it. And if you don't claim it, you get a penalty later on. But if you claim it now, you get an EOL. So we'll have to look more into that maybe during the interview session. We can find out what's going on. But man, what a turn of events here as we're waiting. As this song entails, just waiting here by OHKAYA. Well, we're waiting for the green flag to drop. And we're excited here at the OHKAYA 260. Brought to you by the Quantum Contender Series, presented by the Burlington Cafe. And a big shout out to Kim over there serving up the hottest gravy this side of the Mississippi. So thank you to all the sponsors. We appreciate it. We would not be here without all y'all. But man, the story here, Kyle. What's the story, Kyle? The story is Kyle Schmitz and Clay Powell on the front row, not taking tires, not stopping. Wow, this thing is going to be a slobber knocker.
We'll see who has the most patience in the last few laps here.
All right, we're gonna turn up the iRacing a little bit. I gotta hear the motors, man. We got to get it going. Jason got a penalty. Why? Kyle, did you hear why maybe Bottoms might have got a penalty?
So because
his fault.
If you caused it, yeah,
okay.
They're saying that he caused that caution, so he gave him an EOL.
All right, pace car's off, Kyle. We're going green here at the OHKAYA 260 with 5 laps left in the race. Here we go. Green flag drops, away they go here. Kyle Schmitz got that right side fender damage, decided to stay out. The cars to look for, I'm going to say, is Cody Dorsey. Cody Dorsey last pitted on lap 123. Dan Stocktero, also another car to keep a lookout. Oh, they're going 4-3 wide. This thing's going to be wild. They know those cars are up there for the taking as the 19's trying to run away and get away from this group of hungry sharks trying to chase down the 19 on old stuff.
Yeah, not a great restart for the outside there.
Oh, the 19 trying to pinch him down, man. Not giving the 34 that entrance.
Looks like Cody's got clear of the 27 there up into 4th.
Kyle, though, surprisingly out to a little bit of more of a lead there over a car that has like 15 lap fresher tires of Wergowski. So Wergowski needs to dig deep here as time's running out with four laps left here at Michigan for the inaugural race here on the Vortex Racing Network. Remember, boys, stay with the leader. Stay tuned right here for all your racing needs as we are going down to the wire. Oh, look at the back. Man, Kyle, look at that action from further back in the pack as this really reset the race. And there's pandemonium.
Where to look.
It's pandemonium everywhere, but we got to keep an eye on this lead and see if anyone can catch Kyle Schmitz with that right front damage. Is anyone got anything for Kyle? 3 laps left to go here at Michigan. 5 miles left in this race to see if anyone can catch him.
The 34 gets a nice run coming out of dirty air. Going into it is putting him in a spot that he's not necessarily liking too much.
Oh, he's not going to like a lot of other things. He's going to be hating himself if he comes back after this race not knowing he gave it everything he could to make a pass on this injured car of Kyle Schmitz. Kyle Smith's up there with right front damage, just begging someone to pass him. Can the 30? Oh, huge shot there up in the outer wall, Kyle. Did I see that correctly? Did I see someone hit the wall?
I did not see it.
Okay, I am seeing things. I'm just that excited. It's a Kyle Schmitz, Kyle Rogowski, Kevin Kyle in the booth, and Kyle Lynott as my co-host. This is the quad Kyle that we've been hoping for all night long. White flag is out. White flag is away. Final lap of the race. Can Kyle send it in here on Kyle and make this thing interesting? Oh, here comes Caleb. Caleb with some speed. Can he get a good run out of the backstretch? I don't think it's going to happen. It's all going to be coming up here at a turn 3, Kyle.
I think the 34 is going to have a good run, but he's going to have to sail it in there.
You go high or low? I would have gone high.
I would have stayed low.
Okay, let's see. Run him up. Dig 34. Dig 34. He's going to be side by side, Kyle.
Side by side. Oh, this is going to be close.
He's going to get those side drags. Oh, it's at the line. Kyle Lynott, It's at the line. We got a Kyle photo finish. Kyle Schmitz, Kyle Rogowski. It is going to be that close. I'm showing official results. It's showing the 19, but we're going to have to go to the photo finish and see exactly what happened for that lead.
I got the 19.
You got the 19?
19 over the 34 with 0.03 of a second. That was...
Wow. What? You know what? I applaud
the
34.
I expected.
You know what? But the 34 made a hell of a race for that. Made a hell of a move. And we're gonna rewind this bad boy and see exactly how close it was. I think I just hit checkered flag. I think I have the power. Yeah, let's take a look here, slow-mo, at this last lap pass. I mean, almost pass. We're going to hide the alerts off. Alerts off. Oh, there we go. Okay. And this is slow-mo, obviously, but you can see digging the 34. Great exit, great entry, giving it all he can. And then I got too many. There we go. I think if he would have came up, okay, nice try. I think if you look back at that, you're thinking maybe try to get a little bit more side draft. You know what I mean? Coming out of the exit.
Yeah, on that one, you either have to be on his door or you need to be all the way down at the bottom and short that run.
Okay. Like, don't be messing around up top in the first place. Like, just get to the bottom and do your best trying to catch him that way.
Yep. I mean,
right.
He had a good run coming off of 4. If you cut down under the apron, you shave off a little bit of the front stretch there. But that was a hell of a run.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, congratulations to Kyle Schmitz, our first winner here on the Vortex Racing Network. My Mom's Addictions, they sell NASCAR die-cast race memorabilia on their eBay website. So you guys, just a quick shout out there to Kyle. And he's one of my best customers. Just saying. He's got that right front damage, able to get the win. He battled. He made a mistake on fuel mileage, but he was able to get it by with that crazy, not controversial, but like what a shot there to cause that caution between Derek Riley and Jason Bottoms. Heartbreak for those two. As let's go to our results screen, Kyle. As I am a bit rusty. Let's just pause that real quick. Let me get some our featured song of the race waiting here by OHKAYA, and thank you again for them sponsoring it. Let's check out our race results real quick. Hopefully it comes up. There we go. We got the power. Need to maybe fix this so we can read it. Give me a second. There we go. We can read it a little bit better. So Kyle Schmitz is your winner here today. Kyle Rogowski, the 34, saw a valiant effort. I got it. I could do it. Third time's a charm. Valiant effort there, coming in second place. Caleb Elswick led some laps, really fast car. I think some pit stop stuff would have got him involved. Robert Weevil, shout out there to the Weevil Knievel, the number 53, bringing it in fourth place. Cody Dorsey, number 9, coming in fifth. Dakota Bly, great rebound, coming in sixth place. Dan Stockero coming in 7th. Brandon Newton's going to pick up your 8th spot. William Gay, number 9. Dan Barone, El Presidente, coming in 10th place. Michael Boone, 11th. Clay Powell, 12th. Jason Bottoms, unfortunately, he's going to fall back to the 13th. Jake Williams, 14th. 15th, Brad Wilson. Cole Lewis, Dusty Summers, Scott Kerber going to bring up your top 18. And let's go get the rest of the boys here. Kyle, we got Mike Marshall, Alan Vols, Jason Trevino, Dylan Lewis, Jimmy Dodd, Aiden Pergande, Derek Riley, huge blow there, 8 laps down, had a chance for the win, and same thing with Calvin Smith there, 13 laps down, Kyle. So remember that huge hit Calvin took, slowed down Derek, and Derek was able to get back to the lead. I mean, back to battle for the lead. So this is definitely one Derek let slip. Like, he's going to have a hard time thinking about this one slipping away.
Yeah, this one's going to be tough. It's, thankfully the first race of the season, definitely easy to rebound from it, but one that you're going to sit up tonight and think about all the things you could have done differently. And next race is, new all shoes, right. New car. There
you go. All right, we're going to bring in, let me see if I can get if anyone's listening out there, if I get anyone podiums, all right. You know what? I'm going to bring in, let's see, I got Kyle in driver chat. I got Kyle. Let's bring in Kyle, our winner, before he leaves. Give me a second. And then, Kyle, I'm going to let you go ahead and do the interviewing, okay? Piece of cake.
Got it.
Hey, Kyle, this is Kevin Kyle and Kyle Anat, your broadcasters here at the VRN, man. What a heck of a race. I'm going to let my partner in crime, Kyle, here shoot you some questions, but congrats on the race win, buddy.
Awesome. Thank you very much. There's a lot of Kyles in this room right now. Holy crap.
Oh. Yeah, welcome to the Kyle, and Kyle show now.
For real.
Yeah, just walk us through, what your thoughts were when that last caution came out, first off.
Thank God. You should have heard me in the chat. I was in the normal driver's chat. And I was begging for a caution. I'm like, please, I need a caution because I was an idiot. I slipped through my pit box twice, and I spun out when I decided to short pit myself for that last little bit of fuel that I would definitely need. I wasn't going to save 9 laps. And I was just begging the racing gods, please give me a caution. I really, really need a caution. And then I heard Jason say to Derek, oh, I did not mean to do that. And then it seriously took 40 seconds for that caution to come out, and I was ecstatic. That was exactly what I needed. I was going to finish outside the top 10 without that caution for sure.
Yeah, that caution was definitely timely for you. We're sitting up here in the booth watching, and, we're counting our fingers and toes and borrowing some other ones from the crowd as we're trying to figure out when we think you guys are going to pit, what's going to be best. And, did you have a strategy for your pit stops coming into it, or was it just I'm going to feel the tires out and pit when I feel like I need to versus when the fuel tells me to?
No, I should have pit when everybody else pit that. I can't remember if it was the first or second caution. At that moment, you can pit and then space it out correctly. I am not a strategic person, so I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to stay out and run it. And then I did the math, and then I realized I kind of screwed myself. So that there was no strategy after I kind of screwed myself. I tried to do some quick maths in my head while driving, and I could not come to a solution where I was going to be on the good side of a pit. So I was literally the entire, second half of the race just begging for a caution. And I knew if I could get a caution, I get on the same strategy as everybody else, same tire, same fuel, and then race it out a little bit. But no strategy because I just didn't. I did not plan ahead very well at all.
So pretty much how I race. Got it. That's cool.
Absolutely.
Must be a Kyle thing because I feel like Kevin Kyle.
Gotta be a Kyle thing.
So with that last restart, what was going through your head knowing that you've got guys behind you on fresh tires by 15, 18 laps? Just walk us through your thoughts on that one.
I knew I wanted to have the high side based on the first two restarts. I think I was on the high side for one of them and the initial start. I knew that you could keep it. You did not have to lift if you're on the high side. I put the brake bias all the way back. I did a little trail braking through there on the restart, and it stuck. The other Kyle, second place Kyle, got around the guy who didn't pit with me. I think there was only 2 of us who didn't pit on that last one. He got around him real quick, and then it was just mirror driving. Just kept looking where he was going. I was braking in weird spots, really, and like turn 1 and 2, I would roll in and then jab the brake real hard. The nose would dip, it would hook. I'd get to the bottom, off the bottom, and then I tried to switch up my line. Those last, I think it was what, 5 laps, 6 laps left. That last little run, I just tried to switch my lineup every single time. I did not want to be a pattern. I did not want him to get used to what I was doing. Just held on. I took 2 tires and topped off with the 28 to go. So the left sides were pretty old, but 2 tires worked fantastic. I was able to hold them off and get the first one of the year.
Yeah, actually, and we were up here talking about 2 tires versus 4 tires, what we thought would be, a good move when what lap would work out. Like you said, it worked out for you and got you the win. So, with no win and you're in, how does it make the rest of your season go for you? As far as, are you going to try to play it a little bit safer, or you're still going to be aggressive? What's your take on the season now that you've won the first race?
For me, the win in the end, the past 2 seasons at least, was really good for me because I was scheduled to miss. I had a kid play travel hockey, so Thursday nights we either leave out of town or he had a game. So the win and in really helped me. I got in by points last season. This year he's graduating, so there's nothing going on Thursday. So the plan is to be here for all of them. So I like this format as like a fan of racing in general. For this, I mean, you could have a couple bad races even if you do have a win, and you could be out. So it's a little, you don't want to play it too safe because you could safe your way out of a playoff spot pretty quick. I'm a little more aggressive. I try to drive as hard as I can every lap. I'm not very good at fuel saving, tire saving. Like I try to drive as hard as I can all the time. So that's my plan. Just try to go get some wins. Look at the guys in here. There's some really fast guys here. I got lucky with this one. This was not a earned, or maybe not earned, but maybe not a deserved win. Like there's way better people that should have won this race who raced a lot better than me, and I just got lucky with the timely caution. So I'm gonna go out there and try to get some wins. I love racing here. This is really fun for me. So just gonna keep trying to do it.
Right on, Kyle.
Well, it's definitely entertaining.
Yeah, Kyle, great show, man. Congrats on the win, on the inaugural win for the Vortex Racing Network. Way to bring it home in first place. Congrats, and we look forward to watching you for the rest of the season, buddy. Congrats, and I'm going to go ahead and I'll drop you back off, Mr. Kyle, and I'm going to grab your other Kyle that made second place, Kyle Rogalski. Take care, buddy.
Cool.
Okay, hey, Kyle Rogalski, got your ears on. Number 34, coming in second place.
Yes, sir.
All right, you're the 4th member of the Kyle, and Kyle gang. So we appreciate you bringing in second place because this is a world's first. 2 Kyles in the booth. 2 Kyles came in first and second. So it's a proud day for Kyles everywhere.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Kyle, so just run us through your race. I kind of gonna let my buddy Kyle take over, get used to interviewing. So Kyle, shoot him some more questions if you don't mind, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So that last restart, you had to get around a couple guys, but do you feel like you had a little bit more left in the gas tank there, or were you giving it everything you had?
I wouldn't say I was giving it everything I had. I really thought that he was going to get tight. I was in a chat with him and I knew he was on 2 tires. I really thought he was going to get tight off one of the corners. So just trying to keep enough pressure there to kind of, force him to get tight off a corner to push it just a little bit too hard. And he ran 5 perfect laps. I mean, maybe I could have made my move going into 3 a lap or 2 sooner, but I was also kind of afraid that, like in the race so many times, that if you didn't make the pass on the bottom, then you would lose a spot or 2 on the high side, not getting the run off the corner. So I didn't really want to risk that. I was just really trying to pressure him, and he did a great job.
Yeah, it was definitely entertaining to watch. And, as 2 Kyles up in the booth, we weren't verbally rooting for you, but I know,
we could feel it. It was weird. Like,
yeah,
we knew what we were doing.
Shift. Normally it's the Davids and some of our other leagues that we run in. We have Davids galore. So see Kyle's just up at the top of the board and here in the booth. Nice. It just It
Nice
makes
feeling.
us proud.
It does.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I mean, just walk us through your race in general. Did you have a plan
Uh,
coming into it after practice and qualifying, or was it just kind of I'm going to see how the car feels once I get a little bit, lower on my fuel?
well, my first priority was hoping not to speed down pit road and get into pit road clean. This league, from what I understand, I only raced in one race last year towards the end. Is that it? Not too many cautions, so I knew there's going to be some green flag stops. I did slide through my pit box twice. Thankfully, I was able to kind of correct it pretty quick. After the first caution, I thought about coming down pit road just in case, but none of the leaders did. So I'm like, okay, I'll stay out, just follow them. The second time, I knew that if I pitted and it did go green rest the way, I would have one less pit stop than the guys that stayed out. So that was kind of my strategy there. I think if it plays out, I probably finish maybe like fourth if we don't get that last caution at the end. So I just kind of, the car felt great the last like 10 laps on tires, and I was really catching people there. But yeah, just try to have a clean race, especially first race of the season. Didn't want to do anything too stupid. I really felt pretty good. I thought for sure that Kyle would get tight off a corner there, but yeah, he nailed it, and I really couldn't get that close to him. Maybe if Caleb was really close and could have gave me a push, but I'm happy. No X's, car's clean, made no enemies, I don't think, and come home second. I'll call it a good day.
Yeah, that's definitely a good finish. I mean, with a long green flag stint like you guys had, there's definitely a lot of racing that was going on, and to have that timely caution at the end, did you contemplate possibly staying out, or were you set the moment that caution came out that you were coming in for tires?
I was coming in for tires. I thought tires were going to make a little bit bigger deal. It didn't really seem like it made a lot of much of a factor because of just the air and kind of the draft there when you're in a pack. So I thought the tires was going to make a bigger difference. I thought the only chance that Kyle was going to have is if another quick caution came out, caution breed cautions, but that didn't happen. And yeah, I had my mind made up to go get fresh tires. I don't know if I stayed out, I probably would have been sitting first, but I don't know if I could have ran 5 perfect laps like him. So I think I made the right decision.
Kyle, real quick, what makes you stop? Like I'm watching the replay right now, like that first that turn where like you got underneath him and you had a good run, but he was staying in the middle, like kind of pinching you. Like when that happens and you're going through your mind, like you just have to let off, or like what keeps you from just like driving through him?
Probably just being. I mean, I don't really push it too much, anyways. Try not to create enemies. Hoping that if I race someone clean,
Right.
they'll show me respect in the end. But just with how the league is set up with the rules, and it seems like it's a bunch of good guys. I mean, if someone runs me,
Yeah.
different, then I'll definitely keep that in my back of my mind, and run them the same way. Yeah, I just didn't want to create an enemy on the first one, or
First one, yeah.
take us both out. I mean, we saw what happened that led to the last caution, right? I
Yeah.
didn't I didn't really want that to happen either.
Yeah, no, right on. Good point. Good point. Especially with the way that's set up, and like I said, and is this your first season in the league? I'm sorry if I didn't catch that.
It is my first season.
Okay,
I
cool.
raced Las Vegas with 2 races to go last year. They let me come in there. Felt pretty good. I can't remember where I think I took 4th or 5th. I think that race. Felt pretty good. Everyone raced me clean there, so just hopefully I'll fit in and have a good reputation the rest of the season.
Yeah, you seem like you'll fit right in with these guys, and it's a pleasure to have you on track, Kyle. And look forward to watching you next week. So yeah, we're gonna let you go, Kyle. I gotta get Caleb in here before it gets too late. But a great race. Congrats on P2, and look forward to seeing you next week, bud.
Appreciate it, and glad I could represent the Kyle name well. Hopefully, I do it again next week.
Got it, man. We'll be rooting for you, Kyle.
All right, later.
Later. All right, that's Kyle, the number 34, your P2. I'm gonna bring in our third place winner, Caleb. Hey, Caleb, you got your ears on, big guy.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, hey, man, congrats on the P3 finish. I'm gonna let Kyle, my co-host Kyle, you okay with that, Kyle? Asking some more interview questions. You're doing great at it.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, take it over, buddy, while I get the replays for us.
All right. Well, so you are the odd man out here because, first and second were Kyle, and now you're in the Kyle and Kyle show. So, welcome. We're just going to make you an honorary Kyle today.
I appreciate it.
Just, finishing P3, pretty solid. Fun watching you out there and seeing your pit strategies. Do you feel like you were in contention for the win there at the end, or do you feel like you could have put in a little bit more on the last few laps?
I don't know. I was talking a little bit with the 34 and well, both Kyle and Kyle. I was under the impression they were on older tires, but I think the 34 had actually new tires compared to Kyle's too. So I thought I could get to them, but with the dirty air, I just couldn't get a run going that far back. I didn't feel like I had the winning speed anyway throughout the night. I felt like I was comparable with them. I was able to lead some laps and get through some runs there, but I felt like I had a top 5 car. I thought like the 19 and the 3 was pretty much the two class there that we were running with most of the night. But I don't know if I could got around them or anything. I'd have had to probably move one of them. But I just couldn't get enough to him there with the dirty air. I think the 34, me and him was talking, he was struggling with that as well. So, ultimately, yeah, you wish you could, but all in all, I can't complain with the finish.
No, I mean, third place is good, especially in a field like this. I'm just watching from up here and seeing how everybody is running. It's definitely going to be one of those fields that it's going to be close. You're going to have to fight for position. So a P3 is definitely a solid finish. With that said, do you feel like this is going to set you up going forward for future races, or you think that you might have to fight a little bit harder, coming into the next few races?
Well, I mean, I think anybody would say you hope, but it's good to start the season off with a podium finish there, and see that I have speed comparable to a lot of these veterans here that's raced for this league, and just kind of earn that trust and respect with those guys to kind of know that I can race around them and they can race around me cleanly. So, that was kind of the goal for this race, and try to just start the season off with a good points day that you could. The schedule is different compared to most leagues that I've ever raced in. So, there's a lot of tracks I've not been to. So, hopefully, you just take one track at a time. Hopefully you can, the goal, I guess, you ultimately try to run the top 10 every week, but, you hope you can, but, honestly, the first season here with this group, just trying to earn everybody's trust and respect, and just try to put on a good show, but also earn the respect of the field. That matters more to me than a win. So I've been blessed and had the opportunities to win in a lot of other leagues and championships and stuff. So I just care more about having good racing than a win. So as long as we can do that, I'm cool as can be.
Well, definitely a good show out there for sure. Let's just kind of walk through. Nobody wants to see that last caution come through. You hate to see it. That somebody's race is essentially just over. But what was your thoughts as soon as that caution came out? Thinking, okay,
well, I'll be honest with you, I was
out, and then
I'll be honest with you, I was kind of happy with it. I think me and Kyle, the 19, was kind of hurting because we stayed out in those beginning couple cautions, so we were a little bit off fuel strategy compared to everybody else in the field. So we were about anywhere from 6 to 8 laps short, so we knew we'd have to stop extra. So those last couple stops, I just tried to get off schedule to him to kind of overlap him, which we were just playing the similar strategies. I mean, you hate to see a wreck that late. I know. I think the 5 and had talked that he didn't mean to do anything with the 1 or whoever it was. I know they were right in front of me at the time. It just kind of looks like the 5 overshot the corner, and once they got connected, they just couldn't get off each other. It's just one of those things. I mean, you hate to see it. I mean, granted, it saved me from probably getting a top 15 spot back to the front. So I'll take those sorrows to kind of benefit a little bit from my side. But yeah, I mean, you hate to see those cautions, especially it changes the outcome of the event. But it's going to happen. It's racing. But you got to give both of those guys credit. They held their attitudes in checks and didn't blow up on anybody. So that was impressive to see from those standpoints. So I think there's a lot of respect out there, and it happens. It's racing. Everybody's gonna make mistakes. Nobody's perfect, and you just kind of do the best you can. I mean, but with that caution, I had put on 2 tires in that final stop because I had to make that extra stop compared to everybody else to try to just not go a lap down. So if the caution was going to come out, I was going to go put 4 on it anyway. I had an extra set in the pit, so why not? And that really helped me get through some of those guys that stayed out. But yeah, I mean, it's just one of those deals.
Well, it was definitely, watching them race and, how hard they were battling and seeing how it affected the outcome for a lot of guys out there. It made for some good racing at the end there. We love seeing the green flag stints, but there's a lot of hard battles going on in the end. Do you feel like you had anything for first and second?
19. I mean, we raced a lot hard the whole night. Felt like I was comparable to him probably for the first, I would say, 15 to 20 laps of the run, and then those last 10 he could really get it going. But I think he mentioned he apparently had broke some kind of toe or something that was allowing him to give a little bit more turn. So I think that was kind of helping him out a lot too, because I think he was averaging 3 to 4 tenths faster than most of us towards the end of that run. So that was pretty impressive with that damage. But yeah, I mean, the 34, I felt like I think I had enough speed to get around him if I could, but there was just too much dirty air for me to do anything with him. I think the whole day I felt like I had a top 3 car. I felt like the 3 car, I think he got in some unfortunate events, but I think him and the 19 probably were the 2 class of the fields for the day, and just hoping for a podium there.
All right, Caleb. Well, hey, Caleb, appreciate you racing in the series. Look forward to watching you throughout the rest of the season. Before we let you out of here, any shout outs or anyone you want to say hi to before we let you go, sir?
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to the team ITN out, Boone and Brad for coming on board with us too and racing in this league. But shout out to the whole team. They've got some other things going on this year too, and Boone was able to pick up a sponsor with Six Sigma, and so if you use his name in checkout, you get 5% off your order. So go ahead, head out and take advantage of that. But as always, thanks, good Lord and Savior, for allowing us to do this, and just looking forward to each and every week.
Right on, Caleb. Well, hey, take care, brother, and we'll see you next week. And good racing, and take care till then, buddy.
Hey, I appreciate it. Y'all have a good one.
All right, that was our 3rd place winner there, Caleb Elswick. Congratulations to our top 3. And Kyle, what'd you think, man, being in the booth here with me up here? How'd it go? How'd you feel about it?
It was fun. It's different seeing it from up here, being on, and just the battles going on, especially in this series. I feel like there's going to be quite.
Yeah, you can already see some of the rivals going to be starting up, and some of the good racing. I was really impressed with the green flag too. It really brought out some strategy until. I mean, it would have been great to go green to see what Derek and Jason would have done, but that's racing. That's what we watch the races for, is to see how all this stuff ends up. So great finish by the guys. Unfortunate for Derek and Jason, but I'm sure we'll see them back up the front with some strategy and fast racing that they had. So Kyle, we're getting ready to shut this thing down. So anything you want to, last words or anything you want to, time is yours to get before we get out of here.
You know me well enough. I will always be the person that talks about it. But you know, I race the 988 in all my leagues. I race for the Suicide Awareness and Prevention. You know, that's always my sponsors. So I will always shout out that, you know, if you ever feel like you need somebody to talk to, stuff going on, you know, there are plenty of people out there to talk to. You know, it's more common than you think, and don't ever feel like you're alone.
Right on, Kyle. I know you're a big advocate for that, and thank you for bringing that to our attention and all the things that you do with iRacing, and I'm sure in your day-to-day life also. So thanks, Kyle. Thank you for joining me today. Thanks for reaching out to me. Appreciate your
Absolutely, it
help.
was fun.
Yeah, no, man, you saved my butt a bunch of times. So, and especially here at the interview section, it's tough trying to do that and find replays and things like that. So thank you for your help, and you're always welcome back here with me anytime. And
Appreciate it.
yeah, with that being said, you guys, that's it here for the OHKAYA 260 from Michigan, our first race for the Vortex Racing Network and the Quantum Contender Series. And I bid you guys adieu, and I'm going to leave you again with that quick little snippet of OHKAYA, which is our main race sponsor, as a present, because this song rocks and I love it, and I'm a brand new fan of them. So until next time, guys, we'll catch up with you later. God bless you guys and take care. Hey, give me a second. Oh.